What's up everybody, Aditya Mahajan here and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. In today's video, we'll be solving another LeetCode question number 609, also called as find duplicate file in system. It has also been asked in day 18 of my LeetCode challenge, so let's get started. Given a list of paths of directory info including the directory path and all files with contents in this directory. Return all duplicate files in file system in terms of their paths. You may return the answer in any order. A group of duplicate file consists of at least two files that have same content. A single directory info string in the input is of the following format. And if there are n files, this means that f1, f2, f3.txt, they are file names and having the content f1 content and so on. And also they have directories as shown. We are also given that n is greater than 1, m is also greater than equal to 0. If m is 0, then it is just the root directory. The output is list of groups of duplicate file paths. For each group, it contains all file paths of the file that have same content. A file path is a string that has the following format. Now let us look at the examples to understand this better. So if you look at the structure of input that we are given a group of strings that we have. And for each string, what we have is we are having the directory, and this directory has multiple files. For example, the first directory that we are given is root/a, and in this we have two files, 1.txt and 2.txt, and this follows for all other strings. And after the name of the file, we have something in the bracket, and this content is the data that is present in that particular file. So what we basically need to do is we need to take all the strings into consideration, which specifies all the directories and their subfiles, and we need to compare whatever the files that are similar or are just duplicate contents, right? And all the files that are similar, we need to group them into one particular vector or an array and then return it. Okay, so for example, if you take a look at file 2.txt, then we have 4.txt, and then we have this 4.txt, which is present in c/d, which is present in root, and which is present in /a folder. These all have content efgh, so they are present in a single vector. Similarly, if you look at the file 1.txt and 3.txt, they have content abcd and are present in a second vector. Okay, so that is the output that we need to give. Now let us look at how we can approach to the solution of the problem. To understand the solution of this problem, let us start with thinking what are the steps that we need to perform. Okay, so the first step is basically to generate all the file paths, because we are just given the directory and then the file names. Okay, so we need to create the absolute path of each file. After that, we need to link the file path to the data that is given to that particular file. Okay, so let's say we can create a vector of pair. So the first element in the pair would be basically the path of that file, and the second would be the data that is present in that file. So for example, it would contain root/a/1.txt for this first path, and then the data would contain abcd. So we need to fill this complete table, right? So these two steps can be done in a single for loop. After that, what we need to do is we need to compare multiple files, right? So we would require two for loops for this. First for loop for iterating through each element of this vector present, and then second for loop for taking the other elements, comparing all the other elements with its data, and if they are similar, in that case we'll let's say create an answer final vector and then append it to it. If they are not same, we just continue. Okay, so we can also create a visited vector, which would basically, sorry for my drawing, which would basically tell that what are the elements that are already added, right? Because we do not want to do the repetitive work. So that's it. That's the first solution, but it happens at TLE. So let us look at a more optimized approach. The basic steps and the approach for solving this problem would remain same. The only thing we can optimize is by changing the data structure. Okay, so in this we will use a hash map because it gives a better lookup of O of 1. So we'll create a hash map with key having the contents of the file. Okay, so this would be the key of the hash map, and the value would basically contain a vector of strings. Okay, so this vector of strings would have the paths of that particular content file. So while filling the data in this particular hash map, what we do, we just check if for the current element that we are iterating in the paths, we check if the content, for example, in this we have abcd. If it is already present in that in the hash map what we have, we just append the path what we have in the vector. Okay, if it is already present. Okay, and if let's say for the next string what we have, we do not have this content in the hash map. In that case, what we do, will create a new element in the hash map with the contents of the file, let's say efgh, and then add it to the file path with the new vector. So after completely populating the hash map, what we'll basically do, we'll just iterate the hash map what we have generated, and while iterating, we'll check for each element if the size of the vector that is present is greater than 1. That means that there are duplicates present. So we'll just append it to into our final answer vector and then return it. So let us look at the implementation. So this is the solution for the approach that we just saw. We start with creating an answer vector of vector that we need to return. After that, we are getting an unordered map because ordering is not required, and having the key as the string, which would basically be the data. And the second value that we have is a vector of string, which would basically contain the paths. Okay. And after that, we are iterating through the paths that we are given. So every path would be a string, that is all the files present in that particular directory. So after that, we are this part, what it basically does is it generates the common part of all the files. So we are just taking a part, we are taking a counter and doing a for loop until we reach a blank space, or we are at the end of that particular string. Until that, we are just appending it to the part, and finally we are adding a forward slash, because forward slash is not present in the directory that we are given. After that, we are just skipping a space that we have. Now what we need to do is we need to take all the file names and append it into our map. Okay, so what we are basically doing is we are creating two variables for a file name and for the data. And now we have reached till the space what we have. Okay, so after the space, we will do a while loop till we reach a opening curly brace and add it to the file name. So that's what we are doing in this file. And after that, we are doing again a while loop until we reach a space again. Okay, so if we reach a space, that means we have again a new value, new file name. So we are just adding it to the data. Now before we go to the next file, we are just pushing it into our map. Okay, so even if that particular file is present, it would just get appended, and if that file if that data is not already present in the map, the new file would be generated. And after that, we are just incrementing I. So after this for loop, what basically happens is we have iterated the complete path variable that we are given, and we have taken into consideration all the files that we are given. Now the just thing what we need to do is we need to populate the answer vector of vector. So we just iterate the map, and we check if the second value, that is the vector of string, has the size greater than 1. If that is so, we'll just push back it into the answer the path and return the answer. So that's it, that's the solution. Now let's try to run our code. Now let's just submit it. Okay, we are getting 76 millisecond faster than 92.41% and memory usage of 35.3 MB, less than 88.35% of C++ submission. So that's all for this video, guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you did not understand anything, comment below. Code link will also be present in description. If you need more such LeetCode content, subscribe to the channel and join the Discord server. And that's all. See you in the next video. Bye bye.